Okay, today I'm going to show you how to do a 1040 tax form. Okay, in just a few minutes I will link the video to this where it says 1040 tax form with video. You can actually find this under modules, under day 8, and it'll say 1040 tax form with video. When you get there, you can open up the link and this will give you your forms. The video will be posted here in just a moment. I'm going to open up my forms. It's going to take me to Next Gen Personal Finance on how to complete a 1040. A 1040 is a tax forms most that Americans use to fill out their federal income tax. You have to have your federal income tax filled out by April 15th of the next year. Okay, part 1 is scenarios. This is the information that you will need to be able to complete the 1040 form. This down here is the information that you can use to fill out the 1040 form. Okay, I'm going to do Edgar Flores with you. In the next activity, you will do Melinda Flowers and Angela Lee. Starting with Edgar Flores, he's age 16 and he lives with his parents. He works around 10 hours per week cleaning pools for $15 an hour. And here is his W-2 form. You have to have a W-2 form in order to be able to fill out your 1040 tax form. If you have 5 jobs, you should get 5 W-2 forms. This should be filled out by January 31st of the next year. So the next time you would receive W-2s, you should get them by January 31st of 2022. This is what a W-2 form looks like. You should have probably went over this in your notes just a little bit. It has the employee's social security number, employer identification number, the employer's name and address, as well as the employee's name and address. It will say your wages of what you made while you worked there. It will say how much federal income tax was withheld, how much Social Security, how much Medicare, and how much state. Your 4 payroll deductions: federal, Social Security, Medicare, and state. Okay, I'm going to click back on my tab. I'll show you. Click on my tab that says Calculate and completing your tax form. So I'm coming back to my directions. So we know about Edgar. We might need to go back to his W-2 form in a moment. Right now I'm going to scroll down. And it says to complete a tax return, use the 1040. This PDF comes directly from your IRS website. You can type directly into the form or print and complete manually. You cannot save it. I have given you hard copies, so if you want to fill out the hard copy and use it and upload it, that is fine. If you want to use the one online, that is fine, but make sure you screenshot it or save it so you can send it to me. Or print it out and then send it. Totally up to you. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my 1040 form. So now I have my instructions for W-2 for Edgar and my 1040 form. Alright, I'm going to start filling out my 1040 form. Okay, it says Edgar is going to be single. It told us that in our directions. Right up top, if we remember, he lives with his parents. So we're assuming at this point in time he's single. So I'm going to click the single box. We're going to put his first and last name. Edgar J. and Flores. Edgar J. Flores. His Social Security number, they just gave us the 1, 2, 3, and if we want to give it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because it is a 9-digit number. Okay? He does not have a spouse. It didn't say anything about him being married, but it did give us his address. We need to find his address. I click back to the W-2, and his address is right here. Okay, where I showed you. Going back to the form to fill it out. He lives at 111 West Main Street. And he lives in Los Angeles, California. And the zip code is 9004. It helps if you put that in the right spot. I clicked the wrong area. 90004. Okay? He is not from a foreign country, so our county or state province. It does say he wants to give to the presidential campaign fund, so I'm going to put $3 here for presidential campaign fund. At any time during 2020 did you receive, sell, exchange, otherwise acquire any financial interest in virtual currency? And we're going to say no. Can someone claim you as a dependent? Yes. His parents can claim him as a dependent. Okay? Alright, his parents can claim him as a dependent. None of the others will apply, so we're going to come down to number 1. What are his wages, salaries, and tips? Well, his W-2 form, I'm going to go up and click on W-2. It was $5,505. So I'm going to come to his form and put $5,505. You can put .00 if you like, or if you don't, just leave it as is. Okay? Did he have any taxable interest? Nobody told us anything about taxable interest or anything, did they? So we're going to put 0 on 2A. We're going to put 0 on 3A. We're going to put 0 on 4A, 5A, 6A. He doesn't have any of these items. That brings us over to 2B. He has no taxable interest. 3B. He doesn't have a total of qualified dividends, no distributions, no pensions and annuities, and no Social Security benefits. Okay, on line 7, it says, does he have a capital gain or loss? He doesn't have that. It would tell us if he did, and there's nothing like that telling us that. Other income from a Schedule 1, he doesn't have that either. So that brings us to number 9 to add line 1 through 9 or 8 together, and we get 5505. Okay, adjustments to income. From Schedule 1, line 22, 10A, we don't have a Schedule 1, so we're going to put 0. Did he give any charitable contributions? None that Nora mentioned. And that brings us 0 to 10C. It says subtract 10C from line 9, and we have 5505 as our adjustments. Okay, number 12. Standard deduction or itemized deductions. Okay. All of this information that I've given, the zeros and the 5505, if you go back to your calculate completing a 1040, it will tell you all that information in part 2, which is virtual currency, assume 0 for each value, 2A through 8, lines 10A through C, no adjustments. Then we come to line 12. If the individual is not a dependent by the rating, who qualifies as a dependent? Qualifying child. He is a dependent. It says if you are a dependent and line 1 is less than $12,400, add $350 to line 1 and enter that total on line 12. So we're going to take the 5505 and we're going to add $350 to it and put that amount on line 12. So I'm going to come to line 12, and if I add $350 to it, I get $5,855. So always follow your directions when you're doing this. You can always tell it. It'll tell you what to do on line 12. Line 13, it says, assume no business income deduction. So I'm going to come to line 13 and put a 0. Line 14. Oh, it doesn't mention anything. It must be adding. Add 13 and 12 together. And when you do, you get $5,855. Okay, and line 15. We'll come back here. Line 15 doesn't say anything, so we'll read our directions. Subtract line 14 from line 11. Okay, 14 from line 11. If 0 or less, we get a negative number, we're going to write 0. Questions? All right, moving to the next page. Here we dealt with our wages. Now we're going to deal more with our taxes. Okay, line 16. I'm going to go to my instruction and it says, to find tax for 16, refer to this tax table. Okay, so I'm going to double click on my link, if I could speak, and we're going to go to 66, page 66. If you type it in up there, it'll take you there. Okay, on line 15, that's what I got to use for my tax. It was 0. So that's a pretty good indication that I'm single, I'm not going to have any tax. If there's a number on line 15, then you would need to use the tax table. So I'm going to put 0 for line 16. Coming back, I'm going to enter 0 for 17, 19, 20, 23. Okay, almost 0 for almost all things here. So I'm going to come to 17. I'm going to hit 0, 18, 0, 19, 0, 20, 0, 21, 0, 22, 0, 23, 0, 24, 0. Okay, on 25 it asks, what is the amount of my federal income tax? That can be found in my W-2 in box 2, 336. W-2 form, box 2. So I'm going to come to number 25A. I'm going to put 336. 25B is 0. 25C is 0. So my amount is 336 right here. 25D. If you don't know exactly what to put, always go back to your instructions and it will tell you. Okay, let's say line 26, not positive, 0. 27 through 32, 0. So I'm going to come back to my form and I'm going to hit 0 for 26. 27 through 31 was all 0. And that brings me to 32. And 32 is, add lines 27 through 31 together, 0. Add lines 25D, 26 and 32 together, I get 336. Now I'm going to see if I'm going to get, or Edgar is going to get a refund, get money back, or if he's going to owe. If he gets a refund, you fill out this information. If he is going to owe money, you would fill out this here. Okay, to find out if line 33 is more than line 24. 33 is more than line 24. He is going to get a refund of $336. How much do you want to be refunded? You want the whole amount, $336. Here you could put in your routing number and your account number from your checking or savings account to have it directly deposited into your account. Okay, then all you would need to do is have come down and you could sign Edgar's name. It won't allow you to if we're doing it on the computer because it wants an actual signature. But you would sign and date it. Now, if line 33 would happen to be less than 24, you would owe money. 33 from 24, and this is how you owe money. Okay, and this is how you fill out a 1040 form. Okay, follow your directions. If you're not for sure of something, always go to your directions and it'll tell you what you need to put. Okay, I would make sure I screenshot if you did it on the computer to make sure you have access so you can upload it. You will not need to upload this one, but you will the next two, the ones that you will do for Melinda and Angela. Okay, I hope this helps. Thanks.